What it is, guys, it's your boy, the Wolf. Woo! Yeah, a little mad, a little crazy. I don't even know why you guys follow me or listen to any of this stuff. I'm just a madman in the box doing my crazy stuff here. Let's see. Box here. Hey, look at me, I'm stuck in a nutshell. All right, guys, what's up? So it's your wacky and zany friend and neighborhood wolf, the Bad, or Mr. Bad, however you want to get down. Also known as the James Lovett. All right, so this particular video, once again, I want to thank everybody, I guess, before we get started, for checking in. Don't forget to hit that bell, like, and subscribe. It means a lot. I appreciate it. It's great to see that people love the information, so that's fire. Hopefully you guys are self-governing and conducting your business affairs in a dignified manner, because that's what this information is all about. This information and channel and all materials used here are not for U.S. citizens. That's how you operate, and that's where you want to stay. Then this is not for you, so exit stage left. Also, for those people who don't know, for those people out there who are trolls, I don't answer your emails or your questions or any of that kind of stuff. If you send me garbage material, I'm not even going to respond with garbage because it's garbage. So, in all honesty, don't bother. I've gotten them, I deleted them, I don't answer any of them. So, all right, so moving on then, this particular video is going to be about the vital statistics and a method of status correction, and also a little bit of what's known as the Minnesota Rule 220. Let's get going. All right, so we know that in order to be recognized as a resident, their word, of the state, or a resident within the state, anytime you see the word resident, it's their word for you're basically in our area. Within means on paper, and the state means whatever they have created that holds people or beings or a product or a state of existence. They've created something and you can be in it or on. You can be a member, a resident, a member, or employee on paper within something they created. Okay, so we know that to become a resident, you have to live within their state, okay, their corporation on paper. And in doing that, by you claiming that you are a resident of their state, and you go and fill out your forms and whatever else, one of the things that they ask is for your birth certificate. I mean, they'll take the other certificate of live birth and whatever else, but you're basically taking that and you're pledging it to them to say, hey, look at me, I'm within your area. Okay. Well, for those people who don't know, the birth certificate is a federal form. You cannot copy that. It is a federal offense. Why? Well, because it's their material, so it's copyrighted. And also the numbers and codes on there, especially if you have a CUSIP number, means that it's on bond paper and there's probably a monetary value associated. It's a form of a security, if you will. It's where people get the whole, there's bond information or credit on there, which I made a video on those things. Okay, remember, it's all educational information here. Don't take my word for it, anybody's word on YouTube. Do your own research. Okay, so we're here because we kind of want to negate, rebut, or reverse those presumptions that we once did. Because if you are no longer a resident of their state, then let's just say, depending on your circumstances, that jurisdiction is gone, okay? So in this particular case, we're dealing with the vital statistics. One of the things that you want to do is get your birth certificate authenticated. Now, as we talked about before, we discovered this process years ago. So like I said, this channel was one of the first ones to ever do that, whereas a lot of people were like, oh, especially the old timers, there's nothing to that authentication process. You don't need that. Well, the reason why you do need that is because that's a federal form. And if you're using their federal form that talks about, federal state form, I want to look at it, federalized state form, federalized, they're in the bed together. So when you use that form, you are declaring that you are in fact a federal 14th Amendment U.S. citizen. We know that because we've got proof and multiple confirmations from the Department of State for people who are trying to get their passports done as a non-citizen national or national of the United States, state citizen, or non-citizen of the United States. It all means American national. So, but in doing that, they got the letter that says, it says, by your birth data, you are in fact a 14th Amendment U.S. citizen, and we are not entitled to change or make you anything other than what you are. So we know that that very document that we got from our parents got when we were babies, unbeknownst to them, which is, excuse me, fraud, and the hospital got paid because we're worth over $1 million individually over a lifetime and then some. Excuse me. It's dusty in here. Educational information only. So in doing that, we now know, we've then known since then, but it's been confirmed that once you then authenticate the birth certificate and use it properly, the federal jurisdiction has been removed. Okay, it's kind of like if you take a car from Canada and you bring it down here and you export it properly on paper, it now becomes an American car, period, legally, lawfully. That's it. So we authenticate our birth certificates, and then you want to attach to it on the back an affidavit. What should be on this affidavit? Well, I'm glad you asked, smart person in the back row there. You want to have either your live life claim, which is the same as your affidavit of status, but then you can combine all those, but then you also want to look up, and what should you have in there, I guess? That you are the living person, you've returned from the sea, you are rightfully back on land, you are claiming your property, your estate, and all things that are yours. You are not a resident of any particular state that you don't want to be a resident of within that. But you can still claim that you are operating within the Republic of, say, Wisconsin, Republic of Florida, Republic of California. You want to have all that information on your file. And no, I don't have this particular file already set up, so don't ask me to look for it or whatever else. I don't. This is, you need to create your own, put it together. So one of the other things that you want to have on there, I don't know, maybe I'll put something together as a template, but we'll see. If you go to blackside32.com and it's not on there, then it hasn't been made yet, and which means that I'm in the process of, if it's up, you can buy it. If not, then, like I said, you should be making your own. But, all right, so moving on. So what is another piece of information you should have in there? Okay, because remember, now you're declaring to the state your truth, your present. From your perspective, this is who and what you are. This can change at any point in time. They don't have the ability nor the lawful authority nor the statutory authority over you to say that you have to stay here, you have to stay in their system, you are always their property as an employee, blah, 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 we're going to ignore this. No, because if they use anything against you after you've changed it, it's fraud. Use of fraudulent material, use of fraudulent data, use of expired licenses, all fraud. Mailing you stuff with a name that's not yours, fraud. Okay? Look it up for yourself if you want. Okay, so we stumbled across some information called the Minnesota Rule 220. I don't even know how to explain this one. This has been a kept secret, if you will, in various circles for a long time, so you're going to have to look this up and do your own due diligence. But one of the piece about that is it's a ruling that happened some time ago in Minnesota, and somebody filed this with their authenticated birth certificate to the vital statistics. And essentially it states something along the lines of, at 18, I turned into the age of the majority. And it says, I am now competent to handle all of my affairs and all things accordingly, and that this information is to be placed on record for all of immemorial. Okay? There's a little bit more to it, so look it up, get the information, create your own documents, whatever. Or if it's available on my site, you can get it if I, do it, put it all together. No one's ever been able to properly decipher all this information. So this is just educational information and entertainment. This is my thoughts on it. Just thoughts. I believe that what this person was trying to say is that I am no longer lost at sea. I am a person of competent age. I'm living. I have reached an age where I can take care of myself. I no longer need my trustees to have ownership or governance over me. And that I'm back in my proper birth status. Those are my thoughts on it. I will say that, as always, the things I bring you guys, I've already done. So you guys should do your own due diligence when putting your information together. Don't just listen to a madman in a box. But when you do this process, you have to understand that when you send that to them, okay, if you send it to them, you're sending it to the vital statistics or whoever keeps your birth data for your state. Okay, for some it might be the vital statistics, it might be your county, it might be Secretary of State. I don't know. Do your own due diligence, find out for your state or your area. When you do this, they will not be responding, and they're going to keep your document for all of the immemorial. As always, before doing any of these things, seen here or anybody, especially other people's YouTube sites, make sure that you do research to make sure that anything that you currently have coming in, your benefits, this, that, or the other, are not going to be affected. Okay? That's just good practice in general. So that's it, guys. That is how you correct your status of your residence and your personal and your private and not being lost at sea, all in one caboodle with your area that you are domiciled in, or were, or never were, or were assumed to have been, and now ain't, because you have a new is. If you see what I did there, you're ahead of the curve. So, all right, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching the channel. Thank you for checking out the information. I will talk to you guys later. Don't forget to hit that bell, like, subscribe, and go forth and live a slightly better existence in the private. It's all about being private or foreign. And I'll talk to you guys later. That's it. Wolves out. Talk to you guys later. Go, go, go. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Down, down, down.